back into that war. But anyway, uh, Westmoreland, our general, for some reason, their attitude towards fighting is to have the bigger guns. If we got the bigger guns, then we can win the war. But Sun Tzu said that's not the case. When we got to Vietnam, the enemy, the North Vietnamese and the other elements, when we got there, they didn't have, they only had sticks. Sticks with human waste on the end of it, they poke at you and all this stuff. The Viet Cong, well, I never got in contact with the North Vietnamese regulars, but we only fought the Viet Cong. And they hide in the bushes with little sticks, and they try to make bear traps and spears and all this kind of stuff. Most of them didn't have any guns at all, but they won the war. Our attitude was, you got more guns and power and all this stuff, you can win the war. But we didn't do a lot of thinking. What we did, we thought we had been to the moon, so we had the bigger guns and all that, we were going to win the war. But wars are not fought like that. Sun Tzu says they're not fought like that. Sun Tzu, our first book, says strategy, study your situation, study the enemy. Spend more time studying the enemy than fighting with the enemy. What do GIs do? How do they think? What motivates them? What moves them? The Vietnam War, the North Vietnamese won the war, not on the battlefield. They won the war in Paris, France. They won the war at the negotiating tables. They won the war in the States by turning the American people against the war, rather than fighting some GI on the battlefield. They showed all the broken bodies and the people blowing up the houses and all this stuff, and they used this as a strategy to cause the American people to turn against the war. Kent State. So the communists there won the war, not by fighting the war directly. They used Sun Tzu, the principle of winning the war without ever shooting a gun, winning the war by winning the hearts and minds of the American public. And so we see the water sheet as a bit of in wars, not a big deal, but as a harassment